Hello and good afternoon. Coming to you with a very short message here. And it's unlisted, so nobody can say anything or make any comments while I'm doing this. You can comment afterwards. At least that's my understanding. So hopefully that's the case. Let's talk about the effects of going along with the narrative. You and I both know and have known for a long time that this establishment is collapsing. They have built a very elaborate house of cards, and for a millennia, that house of cards was their safe haven. When you go to the beach and you start to build a sandcastle, you don't build it, hopefully, right down by the water. Um, when you go to the beach to build a sandcastle, you build a sandcastle in a place where the water doesn't hit, or at least temporarily. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to finish the job before the waves come and crash your beautiful handmade architecture back out to sea. Their house of cards is no different than that sandcastle. Regardless of their previous safe haven, regardless of the strength that house of cards was built on, that house of cards and that safe haven are collapsing. This is where we are in the moment of now. We are witnessing the collapse of everything out of alignment with the future of you and I, we the collective, but also the future humanity of planet Earth. We're going in a completely different direction. It's beautiful and it's amazing. And it's also whatever you create it or whatever you make it to be. Your reality can be anything you want it to be. The question is, are you creating your desired reality? Are you the leader of your reality? Are you leading your own life? Are you leading this magical, magnificent, brilliant energy, which is you and your life and your gift to the planet? Are you leading in your life? Are you making a plan? Or are you just adapting to life around you? It's very easy for us in our friendships, our relationships, in our communities, even in the neighborhoods we live in. It's very easy for us, for the sake of getting along, for the sake of being the peacemaker. It's very, very easy for us to go along with people's words, to go along with people's beliefs, and to go along with other people's narratives. But it's so important that you stick to who you are. It's so important that you lead your own life, whatever that joy, love, co-creation, creative project for you is. It's so important because it's very easy to get lost and it's very easy to cooperate and it's very easy to be the peacemaker or the peacekeeper and not ruffle any feathers. So I will ask you, if your reality can be anything you want, are you creating your desired reality, or are you going along with your partner, with your neighborhood, with your religious affiliation, with the politics tied to family dynamics? Are you going along with it? Are you creating your own reality? Or are you being authentic to yourself and who you are at a soul essence? Are you creating reality, or are you just going along with it? In this time of extreme external collapse. It's very important that you are focusing on you. Are you going along with the narrative, or are you creating it? Now, this is something that we can speak about in absolute simple terms. This isn't anything complicated. Okay, let me give you an example. There are thousands of ways in which you can lead your own life. There are thousands of ways that you can be your own leader, your own co-creator, your own creator. But there are also thousands of ways that we can go along with the narrative. Let us for a moment use the weather as a prime example. So the area where you live on the planet, let's say they predict a hurricane or they predict a snowstorm. When they are predicting extreme weather, anybody should say, there's a chance of extreme weather. Am I prepared? Do I have food? Do I have water? Do I have a safety? Do I have a backup plan? Etc. Okay. Anybody in any time. That was weird. Anybody in any time that is in an area where we have a predicted chaotic weather system coming through, you give no thoughts and no energy to it. If you need to make sure that you have things, for example, water, food, a way to board up your house, whatever it is, you're going to be prepared, but you're not going to give thought and energy to it. Okay. So let's say, just for example, why this is so important right now as the narrative collapses is because you and I are creating the reality not only for our internal reality, our internal, wish, desires, dreams, goals. We are also co-creating the reality of the planet. So a storm is predicted, you go into panic mode. Oh my God, it's going to snow. Oh my God, there's going to be a hurricane. And you think about it and think about it and overanalyze it and get all up in your head in fear about it. When you know there's a possibility of something coming, preparedness is your first step. Your second step is to let it go. And if you really want to be a creator and a co-creator with the elemental kingdoms of planet Earth, you can even go into that system. The reason why I'm asking you whether you are leading your own life, creating your own life, co-creating your life, or you're going along with your partner's narrative, your neighbor's narrative, whether it's political, religious, whether it doesn't matter. What I'm saying to you that is so incredibly important right now is if they predict a snowstorm in your area and you go into panic and thousands of people or many thousands or hundreds of thousands of people, the more people that go into that energy of panic as opposed to preparedness, the worse that storm is going to be. And though there are chemtrails and geoengineering and even Mother Earth hitting her highest timeline, which causes earth changes, those earth changes, just like everything else in your life, in your reality, internal and external, are directly related to how you play into the game. Okay, so for example, they say where you live, let's say in Colorado, they're telling you you're going to get, 3 feet of snow and a bunch of people panic. Now, this is why they keep throwing out scary narrative after scary narrative after scary narrative. I have said this too for years. Anytime you hear of any kind of storm, preparedness and then let it go. That's the very first step. The second step is for you to consciously acknowledge the fact that if you are like, oh my God, it's going to snow 3 feet. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You and 1,000 other or 100,000 other or 500,000, whoever's worried about whatever storm there is predicting, You are the one adding to that to the point of causation. That's what I want you to know. And that's why I'm saying, are you leading your own reality, creating and co creating your own reality? Are you going with the narrative of your religion, of your political views, of your personal views, of your family's views, of your partner's views? If you truly understand that everything in your reality is created by you, even the simplest thing such as a political prediction, a weather prediction, any of these things can be completely and totally changed by you. Again, that's why I'm asking you, are you leading? Are you following? Are you leading and co creating? Or are you trying to be the peacemaker? Are you trying not to ruffle any feathers in whatever dynamic it is in your life that you have going on? Are you creating it? Are you co-creating it? When someone gets on television and makes this storm warning, and I've noticed they've done this in the last, I would say, 3 or 4 years, more than they'd ever have. Even if they think or know that it's going to snow an inch or two, they will tell everyone it's going to snow 12 inches. Everyone goes into panic. Your energy of panic, your energy of fear, whatever energy, negative energy is connected to that, creates that. I have been telling you this for years. Whatever narrative they're pushing, even if there's zero truth to it, we create it by buying into it, believing it, and giving it our energy. Okay. I think I told you guys probably about a year ago. I was taking a walk on the main drag here in my neighborhood, and the wind just started to get absolutely crazy. And this is the first time in my life out walking that that it ever popped into my head like a light bulb that when the wind, that's a tongue twister, when the wind was really stirring up, instead of me, I'm like, oh my God, I better get home and panicking. I closed my eyes on the street corner. I went directly up into that wind that was above me, and I breathed into it, and I breathed with the wind, and I said, everything is calm, everything is fine. Now, I've talked about this many times. There's a very big difference between pushing, altering, forcing the universe than there is to actually work with the elemental kingdom itself. Okay, so for example, they predict a storm, you hear the wind is howling. You can put your energy up in the elemental kingdom of wind, breathe with that wind. You are calm, you are cool. The sound of the wind is a melody. Okay, and it worked. It calmed down instantly. It's just like if you're around another person and they start to get really upset, you can egg them on, you can frustrate them, you can say things to heighten their festivity, or you can be calm and cool and collected and peaceful and watch that person's energy dissipate into calm and into peaceful. You have that choice. But when I made the conscious decision to close my eyes, go up into the wind and say, you are calm, everything is all right. We are going to slowly breathe. I couldn't believe, I would say it was less than 2 seconds afterwards, that the wind totally calmed down. Now, not last night, but the night before, the wind was so loud that I knew something was blowing in. And plus, it was in the 30s, and it was supposed to be like 55 or 60 the next day. So I knew that there was a warm front coming in. And I think it was around probably 2 or 2:30 in the morning, and my bedroom window stays open 2 feet, no matter how cold it is. I always like to pretend that I'm camping in my bedroom. So the window's open, and the sound of the trees and the sound of the wind was so incredibly loud. And I just went up there and I took a breath, and I I was breathing. The owl has been doing strange things. I have an owl that lives right outside my bedroom window, and he's talking to me. That's why I keep turning around. When they are giving you a political narrative, when they are giving you a weather narrative, it doesn't mean there's any truth to the political narrative. It doesn't mean there's any truth to the storm narrative or any other type of narrative. But what these group of people do when they want to create something, they put it out into the collective. Okay, so they put it out in the collective. There's going to be a storm, or something's going to happen politically, or the financial system is going to crash, whatever it is, knowing that a certain part of the population believes it, puts energy into it, and totally creates it. You can breathe with the wind, the rain, the snow. You can lessen the storms. You can lessen the earth changes. Again, the most important thing for you to know is the news, social media, all of ways which you are connected to the external world are constantly throwing out narratives that they want to create, even with zero truth politically, storm-wise, or anything else. They're throwing out a narrative because they know if people feel into that with fear, that they will create it. Most of what is being said and done on media and social media by big organizations is they are throwing something out for you and I to create. So you have to decide if you want to create that narrative. If you don't, you simply make a preparation for whatever they might be saying, but you don't drop into the emotionality of going along with the narrative that probably has zero truth. If I told you there was going to be a financial crash tomorrow, and a million people saw this video and was like, financial crash, financial crash, financial crash, we would have a financial crash. That's what I'm saying to you. You've got to be more balanced and more tempered, okay, with what you're creating, not only in your own world, but in your external reality as well. You have an effect on the grids. You have an effect on the volcanic reactions coming from Earth. You have effect on earthquakes. You have effect on the wind, the sun. You have a huge effect on weather. Geoengineering accomplishes what it wants to accomplish, or it doesn't. They can say it's going to snow 3 feet, everything's going to be at a standstill, and the world as you know it in Ohio is going to shut down. If enough people believe it, they will literally create it. Guys, humanity itself is creating the weather, and there are different parts and pieces of that. But if you don't buy into the story, if you don't buy into the narrative, it doesn't happen. And I have seen this so many times just in the past 2 months where they say something's going to happen and it doesn't happen, right? Because people are like, no, I don't want that, or I didn't order that, or I'm not creating that, or whatever little thing you've got going on over there for you, right? Again, they will throw out a million scenarios a day to try to get us consciously or even unconsciously most of the time to create whatever havoc that it is that they want to create. That's why I'm asking you, are you leading in your own life? Are you creating in your own life? Are you co-creating in your own life? Are you going along with your wife's narrative or your parents' narrative or the political narrative or the economic narrative? All right. Your body is 85 to 90% water. If we remember what Dr. Emoto said, I believe I'm saying his name correctly, I hope so. When you speak into water and say, I love you, it gives a totally different structure to the water than when you say, I hate you. Your body is 85 to 90% water. Whatever you're walking around saying to yourself is leaving an imprint in your physical body, in your spiritual auric field, and it is creating that reality. Speaking of reality creating, I am getting ready to head out of here Saturday morning at the crack of dawn to head to Taos, New Mexico. on February 28th, and I will be there until March 9th. If any of you gracious, lovely, brilliant people are in the area and want to connect or want to meet up, reach out to me. That would be really awesome. So yes, I will be in Taos from February 28th until March 9th. It's going to be an absolute blast. I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio. We are at 50 feet elevation, and it's going to be 7,000 feet elevation in Taos. I'm looking forward to being up there in the realm, so much closer to the realm that I play in on a daily basis. It's going to be fantastic. And thank you so much to my host, Melanie, for having me. If anybody, wants to meet up, take a little car trip, whatever, if you're kind of in the neighborhood, let me know. It would be great to meet you. Reality is collapsing around you. That means everything not in frequency with glorious co-created new timeline that we're on. Anything not in vibrational frequency with that is going to fall away. If you knew that, if you just knew in 3 weeks, like it's going to be like this, and this, you would start acting as if it had already happened. And it doesn't take the entire planet to do that. It only takes a couple thousand of us, and we flip the switch. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. I am taking all my tools to Taos with me. So if you are looking for a reading or anything else I offer, reach out to me and I will be happy to assist. Probably not on the 28th or the 9th when I will be on a plane half the day. But otherwise, yes, reach out. Thank you so much for your love and support and for being here. And I look forward to meeting you in person. So much love and gratitude. Thank you.